How's it, everyone? Mike at Fit Alive. So today, as promised, is the Sukoshi Garage Upgrade episode. So there's a few things that I need to take care around this garage to make the episodes a little bit more lively. Also, I would like to take care of improving our lighting. It may look good right now, but when I was working on that rear subframe, it was definitely a challenge. And last but not least, a little treat for the flooring. For this particular section, I actually ordered some Swisstrax. So we're going to go ahead and lay them all out. Hopefully it improves the garage space and the presentation. Definitely some movie magic going on. And fortunately, you'll have a blast going through this episode. But let's get started. Alright guys, so here are the Swisstrax floor tiles. They measure around 15.75 or 15 3/4 square. They come in a variety of colors. I did settle just on these. I like muted tones. I went with a slate gray and then also just the jet black below. Swisstrax has a pretty good tool online that you can kind of design out your garage and place these tiles so you know exactly how many tiles you need. Now, for the sake of the in progress, since we're not doing the full garage, I decided to just design the work area for now, just to get some nice tiling going on, just give myself a head start before we keep pushing towards the other side of the garage. Now, I already had the whole garage in mind, so the way I designed it was I wanted to do a full, these black tiles, 2 of these on the outside, and it would just kind of hug the these side walls of the garage and also the rear wall of the garage. And then centered would be the gray or the slate gray tiles. Now, I definitely owe Matt a lot of credit. Matt over at Obsessed Garage, he definitely pointed me towards this direction. I really like his videos. I really like his vlogs. Also, all the garages that he's done were on the obsessed level, and that's just the type of person I am as well. So big kudos to him, and if you want to know more about these, go ahead and check his vlog out and check out his YouTube channel, which is Obsessed Garage. Also check out his store, which is also by the same name, Obsessed Garage, if you don't know him, but I'm pretty sure you do. But anyway, so here's the start of something new. We're gonna go ahead and try to lay the gray tile, just one little run with this, and these are kind of the little ramp pieces, or the edge pieces they call them, that butt against your garage door. And the way you want to set these is to have the garage door close, butt this up all the way, and then run your tiles all the way to the back. But these edge pieces come in a different 2 different styles. These are the loop pieces, so that's why they have the loop. And to make these mate, you find an edge which is like a surface edge, but below that edge there's tabs, and then those fit in the loops. Now, this edge trim piece also comes in the tab version, which is the opposite side, because with these Swisstrax tiles, they come in the loop side on these 2 edges that are joined together, and then opposite of those edges are the flat side or the tab side. So it just depends on your take on how you want to set up. Let me get this fitted, and then I'll start making a row all the way to the back. All right. Super under construction. Almost done, but we got some goodies. Yep. These are the boxes I've been waiting for. There you go. from Obsessed Garage. The 4-lamp LEDs, the lighting fixtures. Alright, so for the grand finale are the OG spec Obsessed Garage 4 LED bulb fixtures. They're rated at 0.74 amps per fixture, and they also include 4 LED bulbs, 22 watts, frosted at a 5K rating. Now these are dropshipped from Prime Lights over in Austin, Texas, and definitely from the unboxing to the packaging, everything was top notch, high quality. Super impressed with the overall experience so far. Now the cool thing about these is they have a pigtail already included, so it's super easy, and it comes with a connector. And the great thing about this connector is a push-in style, and also they're jumpered, so if you're running these lights in series, you can kind of go in and then out into your next connector. So the plan is for this garage is I'm going to install 6 of these fixtures. Per my calculations, I believe that's the correct lighting requirement, and I should get enough workshop lighting, so I'll be able to see a lot more of what I'm doing, and rather than working in the blind. So these are going to be mounted directly on these studs in the ceiling. Now here are the included bulbs, just so you guys get an idea of how they look. Like I said, they're 22 watts frosted, and they're single-sided, so they do not emit 360 or all around. They're only one side, directional. And you get 4 of those per box if you do select the 4 LED configuration. Obsessed Garage also sells the 6 bulb variant, but usually that's recommended for larger rooms or larger garages or higher ceilings. So we're just going to stick with the 4 and then move on from there. Hopefully it doesn't get too bright. I mean, bright is good, but you just don't want to be super artificial like you're in a sci-fi movie. The other thing too is about these is they're easily maintained, and with 2 unfastening of the screws on each side, you can swing this out and have access to the cavity on the back side or the back shell of this fixture. So you have access to your electrical. Okay. Lastly, they only go in one way, the LEDs, so make sure that you read the labels on each side. There's a no live side, no live connection, and then the live connection side. So that should do it for these fixtures. Today's going to be a very interesting day. Going to be a lot of ladder climbing and reorganizing up there. So let's get started. Alright, so the 6 fixtures up above are installed now. We got it connected all together with these junction boxes. So this is a 2-gang box. It mounts on the side of the ceiling stud, and it keeps it pretty compact and also more accessible, just in case if I ever do put drywall up above or seal up the ceiling. Now what you do need is These are fittings. My plan is to run half-inch NPT conduit, so I settled for the 90-degree elbow, which is going to be mounted on the top. Also going from the side of the fixtures going to the center of the box, we're running a half-inch straight liquid tight NPT fitting. Now with these fittings, they're compatible with the non-metallic flex conduit, which is this. Comes in a variety of lengths. This one's a 25 feet roll. I already purchased another 25 feet roll in the past, so this is just another added bonus. The way these work is that there's a gland at the tip of it, and the hose just slides right over it, or slides in between the gland and the hose. And mainly you just want to slide it in, make sure it's a good contact, and once you screw this part on, this will tighten up the conduit and will keep it in place so you don't have to, or it won't be able to be removed easily if someone was tugging on it. So that's how that goes. And lastly, you need wire. So this is a 14 gauge 2 conductor with the ground. So this is very accommodating if you're running anything electrical within the range of 15 amps max. So this is the Romex. Always nice to have when you're doing electrical. And later I'll show you some really neat connectors that I came across. They're very easy to install, and they're all just snap in. Got to get these J boxes drilled out because this one came with 3/4 inch NPT on the sides. I want to run 1/2 inch NPT, so I'm just going to take my drill and then use a step drill bit, and then we're going to size up to the clearance hole for a 1/2 inch NPT. Lots to do today, little time to have, but we'll make it work, and hopefully I can get these lights on by tonight. All right. Alright, so I got the quick disconnect connector from the fixture attached to the leads. Okay, so little side note, little electrical lesson. This is the 14 gauge 2 conductor. So you have your 2 conductor wires right here. This is the black and white. And then also you have the bare ground. Now, power for North America, here primarily in the United States. You have the black wire, which is your power wire, and then the white wire is the neutral wire, and then the bare copper is the ground. As far as all the lights installed, everything is installed in parallel fashion. So all the blacks are connected together, the whites are connected together, and then also the ground. And the ground is just there to provide a path. So if there's any static or anything electrical crazy going on, it can find a way shortest to ground to prevent any spark or any dangerous conditions. So really neat of these fixtures to include this quick disconnect. You don't have to do the whole old-fashioned wire nut. Speaking of wire nuts, I found a really neat product that I think you guys are going to get a kick out of. So let me get that real quick. Alright, so here they are. This is made from a company called Wago. They're very similar to this quick disconnect, but they have different configurations, so different conductor sizes or number of input conductors. So this little kit, which is the 221 series, they call them the lever nuts. They come in a 5 setup, 3, and then a 2-pack. And what it is instead of just doing the wire nut where you tie all the wire together and then kind of throw in that wire nut, this acts kind of like this quick disconnect connector, and you just insert it into the appropriate conductor terminal, and then once you're finished, so for example, let me put this down. So this is the open position with it open up, and then like for example, if we're going to use the ground wire, you would insert it into the terminal just like that, and then you would just collapse this down and that would lock it in place just like that. So definitely snug, creates a good contact, and I'll be using these. Oh, and the other thing too is look how tiny they are. Super compact, definitely can fit a few of these up in the like a double gang J box, just like what I'm doing right now. And I'll be running all my wiring from the fixtures onward back with these connectors. So also, as for safety, just in case, I'm not working with any live current right now or power, so I'm still utilizing the original lighting setup, so get some light in the garage. But if you are using or working in a garage and you're gonna do some work, just make sure you follow the proper safety protocols and do not work on any live current, live power. Turn off the circuit breaker and double check with the multimeter just as an added check for safety. So let's get this wrapped up. I'm super stoked to see how these lights are gonna turn out, right? Okay, all right. That is a wrap, everyone. So I'm finally done with the garage, the mini garage renovation for the Fit of Life workshop. Got the Swisstrax laid down, got my new 4 LED fixtures, 6 of them, which is illuminating the space perfectly. And thankfully I did my lumens calculations right. It's not overblown, it's perfect. It feels like I'm walking outside into the daylight, but we're inside the garage, of course. It was a lot of work. It lasted around 2 weeks after work, on the weekends, but we finally got it done. And I'm super happy how it all turned out. I'm thankful that nothing crazy happened, you know, typical of any Fit of Life episode. But hey, we're here and I'm excited to enjoy this workspace and utilize it to its max potential for all the future projects we have here at Fit of Life. So I haven't forgot about the S14. We're definitely hitting that on the next episode. And once again, I'm Mike at Fit of Life. Thank you all for watching. And if you haven't done so already, please like, comment, and subscribe. I appreciate the support, and remember to design your life through your passion. And I'll see you on the next episode of Fit of Life. See ya.